It's getting too hot doing this during the day. But previous video that I made, I kind of went into the one-size-fits-all of how to work through two areas of shadow work. The first one being the things you don't like about yourself, and the second one being the lies that people have told you about you. And I mentioned a third category. The things that other people tell you they don't like about you. Now, I didn't get into that because at that point I did not understand it. And so I wasn't going to touch it. But after sitting with myself, connecting to God, asking God, trying to figure this out, I got it. Not only is there a third, there's also a fourth. All right. I know it's getting bigger and bigger every day. So that third category would be the things that people say they don't like about you and therefore you should not like about you. And the fourth category is the things that people say that are bad for you. Which typically we think that it's just the things that they don't like about us. Even though we know these things are, detrimental to our health, or putting us in a position that we don't want to be in, or anything else like that, but we still hang on to them. Even through all of the suffering. It's not even pain, it's just misery. So you have the things that people say they don't like simply because they're jealous that you have these qualities. And then you have the things that people say that you probably should change to better yourself. And then our shadow and our ego has to kick in and say, well, all that. So, the first thing that we would need to do is to distinguish between these two areas, right? Determine whether someone is telling us that they don't like something because they're just jealous that they don't have that quality. Or if someone is telling us something because it's actually causing bullshit. Now, the one thing that I have figured out is that human perception is flawed. Absolutely flawed. Okay? I mean, we can look at the religions and just in normal day-to-day life. Not even, we can take religion out of it. It's just more so said in religion. A pig. You already know where I'm going with this. A pig is considered the most dirty animal. Personally, okay, my understanding of it, God made everything with purpose. Everything is required for the ecosystem. It's just like shellfish. They're bottom feeders. They're dirty. They're needed. It's not that they're dirty because it would be like saying, someone who picks up the garbage is a lowlife and less important because he's working with garbage. But I would see that as a pretty important job. Otherwise, your garbage is just going to be sitting in your house. Or you yourself are going to have to take it to the dump, and then wouldn't you be the garbage man? So, human perception is why we call these things what we call these things. We see a pig rolling around in dirt and we call it dirty. Human perception, even though God made the pig, the dirt, and the water. So, I mean, is it really dirty? Or is it just doing what God intended it to do? Haven't you ever had a mud mask on your face? Isn't that the same thing? So, human perception is flawed. That is our perception of it. And therefore, we can see, like some things are extremely easy, okay? Like we all know the basics, right? I mean, any addiction that's pretty bad for you, and our ego all of a sudden just kicks in and says, well, I want to. And so we just, fight and resist, and you're the problem, and yada, yada, yada. And then some of them aren't so easy. Like, I'm really trying to, think of an example, and I fucking can't. It's a very complex thing, is what it is. And I try to put it as simply as possible. I'm trying to think of a not so duh kind of an example here, because, I mean, we all know any addiction, it happens with everybody, I mean, everybody has had some addiction somewhere about something, and it's either we're still hanging on to this addiction because our ego says we need it, or we've let go of this addiction, excuse me, and most of the time it's due to a traumatic event. It's not even that we just decided. Typically, because, everybody's different and we have those cases, right? Typically, for someone to kick that addiction, they have to go through something detrimental, detrimental, extremely bad. How about that? Typically. But I mean, it's an addiction. Again, your ego is screaming, literally screaming at you that you need it. And so anyone who is going to come up to us and say, hey, dude, and then that ego comes in and says, no, dude, that's what happens. And it would be up to us to actually take that step back and actually think about it, and to see if, is this action actually hurting me, actually keeping me from where I want to go and who I want to be. Because honestly, you really can't start anything until you know who you want to be. It's not a color with a crayon kind of a thing. You don't decide anything new. It's not you deciding to be a whole new person. You're just deciding to be the true you. The person who is riddled with all of these bad mental thoughts and addictions and whatever else have you, that is the fake us. That's not the true us. The true us is the person that we become, the one that loves ourselves, that actually does what we enjoy doing and doesn't have any of those, man, I hate that I did that. You know? I mean, sometimes we do things that we hate, but we give ourselves reasons. And no, you know, we try to speak generally, but it's really not doing much good. You know, I want to say that people are so similar, but people are so different. I mean, we ourselves don't even actually understand people. We understand ourselves and our situation. Now, it, again, if you think about something that someone else has said that you need to change, if you find yourself thinking to yourself more times than not that, yeah, I probably should change that, that's your sign. But if someone says you need to change that and then you're thinking about it and it's like the only one it actually hinders is the person telling you you need to change it, then do you really need to? You know? And these are the things that we actually have to work through because, yes, people lie. It is easy to lie because lying doesn't take accountability. You can just say whatever the fuck you want, have someone believe it, and you get off scot-free, right? To tell the truth, well, that's hard. I mean, anybody who's been sitting on that fence, should I lie or should I tell the truth? They're really contemplating on whether they should just lie. But you kind of got to remember, either way, the truth will come out. Because God is a God of truth. So, but I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. That's where it is. I mean, all of us have developed this I don't give a fuck mentality. And I don't know. Everyone is hating the world because everyone is so selfish in the world. And then we're just going to do it too. Instead of being the difference, we're going to be as shut in and selfish and only concerned about self-preservation just like everybody else. So where's the difference? I mean, personally, people tell me I need to quit caring about people, and I just can't see it. I'm sorry. I'm too caring of a fucking person to just not care about people. Now, I'm not saying that I'm gonna go out of my way for somebody who royally fucked me over. It's not what I'm saying. And I wouldn't suggest you doing the same. If someone has royally fucked you over, I really wouldn't suggest going out of my way for them. But I mean, we can't just... I mean, you can do whatever the fuck you want, but if we actually want to do something worth a damn, we can't just throw away people because of little things. Again, you can do whatever the fuck you want. And, you know, everybody has their own priorities and what's more important to them. You know, everybody is their own singular person. But everyone is just so damn focused on no! And I don't understand why. But some of us need to ask the question of, are we adding to the problem or are we solving the problem? And it has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with any of my personal shit. I'm talking about in general. You know, when we say we're trying to change the world and try to help the world, is what we are doing actually doing that? Or is it just generating income and making our lives comfortable? I already know a whole bunch of people are going to take it the wrong way because, you know, it is natural for us to feel attacked because our entire lives we have been attacked. Our entire lives we have been thrown away, outcasted, not cared about. So it is second nature to us to automatically believe that that's just what it is. I mean, just as a ripple in a pond, your social circle has ripples. You have your close-knit inner circle, which is itty-bitty and tiny. And then you have the ones that are around you. And then you have the ones that are around them. And then you have the ones that are around them. So, I mean, no matter how you want to slice it, we really are all connected in some way, shape, or form. And it's not even just an energetic thing. I'm sure somewhere at some point, probably not me personally, because not a lot of people know me. I have no friends in the physical world here, okay? God's my friend. I talk to God a lot. But I'm sure, you know, somewhere someone from the West Coast is connected to someone from the East Coast without even knowing it. Never seen that person before in your life. Don't know their name, don't know their face, didn't even know they fucking existed. It's just like the strangers you pass at the store. And they're probably connected to someone your other boop 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 know. So I mean, we are dead set on believing that it is people that are just this way. It's not the people. Just as we grew up in a bad state, and therefore our mentality is go fuck yourself. They have grown up in their own way, and therefore their mentality is the way that it is, get mine at any cost kind of thing, right? I mean, who knows? Maybe they had a father while they were growing up that was, I don't know, some kind of salesman, right? And so that person grew up watching their dad pretty much sucker people. And therefore, that's what they know. And that's what they do. Because that was what they were taught. We are all a product of what we were taught. And a lot of us were taught that we can't trust people. Because we couldn't. They see a nice, caring, generous person and they want to use you until you're just a pile of bones. That's someone who has grown up in a bad situation and can understand a person that was grown up in a bad situation, can have empathy, and isn't around that person just for what they have. Any of us, right? I mean, you're not going to say that about you. You're actually a genuinely caring person. You had a shit life. Okay. Someone else who's had a shit life, thrown away, outcast, is going to have that same mentality. And then we get into, we are that generous, caring person, and someone who grew up with parents finessing, so they know exactly what to say, how to act to get you hooked, right? Until they can find that opportunity. Which you really can tell these people from these people, because at least in my own perception, and I've already said human perception is flawed, but just in my perception, and that's what all of these videos are realistically, is just my perception. But yeah, I lost it. It happens. It's late. But God wouldn't let me sleep. And it just keeps going through my mind. And I finally got that answer. And so instead of waiting until the morning, I just came out here. And no, I don't write anything down. Nothing is scripted. I take it straight from the ethers. Does it make it a little more messy? Yeah, probably. I mean, it's not even a probably. It does. But do I care? No. I still get the point across. You still understand exactly what I'm saying, and if you don't understand, it's because you don't want to understand. That's your choice. That's fine. It's not what we're here for. You know? And it happens all the time. You know, we get pissed off at somebody just because they told us. I mean, I'm the same way. You know, it's human nature. It is a reaction. You know, but it is up to us to take that step back eventually, even if it is, 20 minutes later when you're alone, because that's the easiest time to actually process shit. Then you really gotta actually think about it. Think about whether this person, or think about whether this quality, attribute, whatever, if it actually brings value not only to your life, but to others. Because I'm sorry to say it, your life is not more important. No one's is. No singular person is more important. And collectively is the only way for us to actually get that change. We can't, not very many people are actually saying to unite. Mass majority of people are saying to just abandon people, realistically, then it's going to get us nowhere. I mean, for how long nobody has given a shit about anyone. Really, look at it. I mean, it's even reflected into relationships of older people today. You really can't fucking say anything nowadays without offending someone, so, I mean, what does it matter? Again, you kind of have to have that I don't give a fuck mentality. That's that people pleaser in recovery, or recovered people pleaser kind of thing. You're running around always trying to help this person, that person, the other person, then you ain't got any more time in the day. Or trying to explain this, that, and the other to people who are just committed to misunderstanding. Or trying to alter your words or use them in a different way. And we, believing that we can trust people, which, you don't actually, we always end up trusting the wrong people. We do. And then the people that we actually can trust, we literally push away. I say we. Thank you. In the same goddamn boat. Gone through my own shit. It's not what this is for. It's not about me. It's not about what I've gone through. It's not even about what I'm dealing with. It's about putting out my perceptions of what I have figured out and what is helping me, because we are never done healing. Ever. You want someone who is fully healed? Go to God. because you are still alive. You will always be going through something no matter how much you want to avoid it. And it's hilarious. We say God has a plan. Everything happens for a reason. But then we're not actually trusting God to see that reason. It's just, oh, well, that's another fucked person. Did you learn anything? Did anything come out of that? Or is it just meh? You don't know? Okay, fine. Is it actually you identifying something, and it's not even with that person, it is with yourself? Because the only way that we actually look at anything is if we feel a certain way about something. Okay? Excuse me. We might take it as someone who lashes out in anger. Well, they just probably heard something that they didn't like, right? Like, I don't know, you're a piece of shit. Well, now you got that person going, rah, 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 rah. All because you don't know that person. And they're going through their shit. You never know. Maybe they just spent 30 years being called a piece of fucking shit and finally just figured out that they're not a piece of shit. It's actually those people calling them that. Them, not him. Them. So, I mean, I don't know. And then what I was saying earlier, again, I just pull shit straight out of the fucking ethers. God damn it. They really don't want me to say that, do you? It's fucking late. I'm tired. And it's okay. Just we decide, and a lot of times we just settle with what we have because we're joyous. Not even understanding that there's more. And we already know that there is more because we're sitting in our lives still wanting more. Still having stress. Still not knowing what we're gonna do one day. So, I mean, you're just gonna stop where you are? This is enough? Good enough. Oh, yeah, that's what. We take people's words about somebody we don't even know as if they know them. Like, that's the real fucked part. And that goes into you end up trusting the wrong people. I mean, a lot of people come into our circle just to keep tabs on us. They could give a fuck less what's actually going on. They don't even want to try to find out. I mean, personally, I try, and I'm not gonna pry. I'm not gonna sit here with a goddamn crowbar trying to fucking pry what the fuck is up. I've done that too much. No. That's like someone's not gonna argue back and forth with somebody. Well, I don't blame you. I wouldn't either. It's a waste of time. Unless there's an actual and objective to it. Because, sometimes, because we dealing with these fucktard people have picked up on their tactics and what they do and how they manipulate people. So, I mean, are we in the wrong for doing it to them to actually get them to speak the truth? Because they're doing it, manipulating for lies and personal gain. But if we use that person's tactics against them, of course, we're the asshole for one, and we're in the wrong, but yet we're seeking the truth. We are using that for the truth. That's like the whole fucking fight on guns. It's not the gun, it's how you're using it. I mean, a pencil can be a weapon. A rock can be a weapon. Are we gonna try and ban those? It's not the tool. It's people. People are the sole problem. Everyone want to save the planet. The planet's going to be fine. The planet will be here. Look at Mars. Mars is still there, but there ain't nothing living on it. They found bacteria, so they say. I don't see any bacteria, though. They haven't. I mean, in this world, unless you actually see the shit with your own eyes, you really can't believe a fucking thing anybody says, because people only want their life to feel comfortable and be great. Everybody wants happiness. Everybody wants joy. But unfortunately, everybody thinks that they can't have joy if someone else around them is joyful too. And I mean, if you're so stuck on what you don't have, are you joyous? If you're so stuck on what someone else has, are you joyous? If you feel the need or somebody else smiling and having a good time makes you feel a certain way, pissy and negative, you should probably take a good hard look at yourself, really. Just saying. Because, I mean, why is it that happiness is making you pissy? And everyone's just like, well, that's just people. Well, we've kind of decided that's just people. We've let it go. Whatever, go do whatever you want next to the corner until they go and fuck someone else over. But it's not your problem, right? It's not your life. So, while everybody focuses on the easily impressionable ones, I will be focusing on the not so easy tasks, because I'm not one to do it the easy way. Never have been. And you want to start fucking rumors, and then you don't actually want to ask the person themselves or make any kind of observations yourself. But you want to make the observations when they themselves are being manipulated. But you can't see the manipulation. Because we're not willing to give people chances. We're not willing to see. Yes, you're right. A life of solitude, being by yourself, staying single for the rest of your life, that's easy. It's only you. But is it fulfilling? Is it really? Because you can have all the money in the world, but you're still going to have that hole. You're still going to feel like something's missing. It's called connection. We're sociable creatures. We are. Everybody wants to talk. A lot of them don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. They're just talking. Oh well. I really could give a fuck less what people say about me, and I'm gonna tell you this just as you know that perspective example. I'm not giving details or anything like that. Difficult. It's okay. Got it. Personally, you can. I am at that point where you can say whatever the fuck you want about me. Right? I think a lot of us are. And, yeah, I will try to give someone a chance, understanding that other people may have a hand in something because other people can't just keep their fucking nose where it belongs. Other people have to see something going right and have to sabotage it. And so I give that. But if somebody is going to look at me and not even fucking believe what I have to say to explain that, or, give them the actual fucking truth instead of all the fucking lies that somebody just gave them, I mean, if you're not willing to listen to it, then okay, bye. Because obviously you're not for me, right? Somebody who is for you is going to take the time to listen and actually try to understand. But if it's just man, whatever, because we have this inkling that people are replaceable. Which, I mean, sure. Except you can never get that person exactly back. You can get pretty damn close to that person, but there will always be something. And you never know. That one thing that you just told somebody to fuck off over because you don't even want to whatever, that probably it could have been solved, for one. I'm just gonna cut this because all it is just a bunch of rambling bullshit. It has nothing to do with what the fuck I started off with. I'm tired. I'm all over the place. Everybody wants me to quit, and I don't even know what that word means. I mean, realistically, I guess I've fucking recorded videos and not even put them out. They're mostly just for me, because this is what I do. I sit and I connect to God, and it's what I do. And instead of selfishly keeping all of my findings to myself, I chose to share them because I know a lot of people are struggling with a lot of fucking shit, and the way that the world is fucking going, it's not good. And it's in the state of our economy is making people even more isolated, making people want to stay in even more, not fucking communicate with people at all even more. And even if I never gained a single fucking penny, if I have helped people, that's enough. Everybody else is just in it for fame and glory and recognition, not even understanding what the fucking mission is. Just, well, they're doing it, so let me do it too. And you can always tell a fake reader because what you're perceiving in their cards just isn't matching what they're saying. And then you have the good reader, the one that's actually connected, who's fucking saying shit before the cards come out. Which I've noticed a lot of times when the cards aren't matching what's being said, it's because there's a hidden agenda. You gotta cipher through the bullshit. But it's what a lot of this healing journey is deciphering bullshit. And now, that's what society is too, is deciphering a bunch of bullshit because they're losing control. And that's the most important fucking thing to people. Power and control. Wealth and influence. And what are you even trying to influence? If influence is so fucking important to you, what are you trying to influence anyway? Just your own agenda? This is how I feel and you better too. I can give a fuck less what you do. I'm trying. That is all I can do. You can lead a horse to water. I ain't gonna shove your fucking nose in it. You wanna walk away, that's on you. I'll go grab another horse. I don't have the time to fucking convince anyone. My time is limited here. That's not to fucking say any. Everybody's time is limited here. So what the fuck? It's always the real ones who get doubted. Because they're not lying. and cheating and throwing someone else down so they can get a leg up. I mean, people will do what people will do. But it's just, even in a community that says, I see a whole lot of hate and competition. It's like, I thought we were all in this together. You know, delivering God's message doesn't matter who the fuck does it. It's not our message. So, I mean, it really doesn't matter who delivers the message. And if you can take, even just out of this whole hour-long fucking video, holy shit. If you can take just one thing out of this video and go deeper into it even, that's fucking fine. I don't care. Do it. I would be more than happy if someone took something from my video and broke it down more, explained it more, went more in depth, whatever. I am one man. I don't hold all the answers. I am merely a puzzle piece. Just as all of you. That is all we are. It's just a singular puzzle piece to God's puzzle. So, it's raining. So, I don't know. Not everybody gonna like you. It's really just because they have a problem with themselves. Or, I don't know, they can't handle something. I don't know. I don't understand everything about people because I'm not like that. I can't hate somebody just because of one thing. Just because they laugh annoying or slurp when they drink or I don't fucking know, anything like that. These are little itty bitty minute shits. And really they're just habits that we have formed ourselves. Habits are easy to form. Easy to form. Not so easy to break. But I mean, I've noticed because I'm that person, I will change my routine all the time. I'll do a routine for a while, and then it's like, well, something's got to change, and so switch it up, and then do that, and then switch it up. And so, I mean, I don't know. Oh no, we're at a fucking hour. I need to go to bed. I need to go to bed because I can't even. It's raining. I was having this problem with another video too. My mind kept going blank, and so I just... You don't see all the videos I record. I mean, honestly, nobody sees me. In the physical world here, nobody sees me. Nobody talks to me. I am quite literally in solitude by myself with my own company and God. Unless I go on YouTube, and then that's just those are videos, right? That's not in the personal in this 3D space. I am as alone gets, and that is perfectly fucking fine. I have been that way, that being alone is my comfort zone. Being around other people, that's not so comfortable. But, you know, again, it's not about me. So what the fuck does it matter? It's about you. And everybody's comfort zone is being alone. Everybody's comfort zone is just to stay away from people, because people are shitty. And really, we're not doing anything about it. Excuse me. We're just letting it happen. Sure, they're not going to hurt you, but they're going to go down the line and hurt someone else. So, I mean, if you actually want to do some good, then yeah, tell somebody about themselves. Not the whole just fuck you, you're a piece of shit. Actually tell them what the fuck they're doing wrong, how they fucking hurt you, and why the fuck. That's what you can do. Instead of just ignore it and let someone else get fucking hurt. And then letting someone else get hurt. And then someone else. And then someone else. And it keeps going. When you had the opportunity to stop it. But instead you chose yourself. That's what aggravates me. That's what we're not seeing. We're stopping at self. Not looking at those ripple effects. Because it's both positive and negative for a ripple effect. We do have to sit in both of these spectrums here. Both light and dark. And this is why it is very, very important for you to implement your shadow. Your shadow is not those devilish thoughts. That is not your shadow. Your shadow is the one who does not take bullshit. Your shadow is the one who can look someone straight in the fucking eyes and say, you better fuck off. That's your shadow. Your shadow is that real ugly side that's not afraid to get a little dirty. Not all those devilish thoughts about, I need this substance or that or whatever. No. That, my dear friends, is the evils of the world trying to keep you either stuck or gone. That's why these things have been put on to you. Because you didn't just decide one day that you were gonna go out and do drugs or go out and get hooked on alcohol, right? Chances are someone came in and said, hey, take this beer. You were influenced. And it'll happen again to others. unless we can actually tell people how to get it to get gone. And you know, even if you don't have to deal with that person, which I really, really fucking hope that you don't have to deal with someone like that, because it's not a fun time. You know, I'm that person. I will take the bullets. If I see someone going off on someone the fuck else, I will step between them and say, no, talk to me now. And I don't really give two fucks on how crazy I look doing it. Because I know my reasoning. As long as you know your reason, and it's an actual good fucking reason, not just I want to, it's not a good reason. And you can't be giving yourself excuses. Well, what if? That's an excuse. What if is an excuse. Something you can avoid is an excuse because you chose not to avoid it. But I mean, it is what it is, right? That's a term we came to terms with just because we just want to be over something. I mean, I get it. Your own self-peace, your life, and then the other billions of people just don't fucking matter. Personally, I can't do that. I can't. I'm not gonna stick on somebody who just doesn't want to learn. I'm not gonna do that. But I'm not gonna deny someone an opportunity. And I'm sure as shit not gonna turn away from them because they're still in the process. I will lean in more. Clearly you need help. And what better than someone who's gone through it? Isn't that why we've been given these experiences? So we can share them and actually do some good with it? This is going to take forever if I upload it at all. Because, you know, I got a bigger hate club than I got a fan club. And that's fine. Because it's those haters I'm trying to reach. Because those haters are the ones who are hating because they feel their own lack. So it's them we need to point in the right direction. The problem isn't someone who is empathetic, caring, and giving, who has been abused, thrown out, isolated. That's not the problem. They need help, yes. But the real problem is those assholes who keep coming back in. And that person you say cut off people, you'll have more people. You can never get away from it. Ever. There will always be somebody. But you know what? That next person might just be a little bit smarter. That next person might take you for a little bit more of a spin. And you have no idea how to fucking handle it because you couldn't even handle the last one. You ran away. That's called quitting. So, I mean, wouldn't you rather have the demon you know than the devil you don't? Keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. Which, I mean, I don't see anybody as my enemy. I don't. You can hate me, that's your fucking choice. You just hate me. You want to see me as a threat? Well, then that's your perception that I'm your enemy, but you are not mine. I have nothing against you. That's the mentality we need to be in. Again, do I know fucking everything? No. Do you? But shit, please, someone, is anyone willing to actually share it? And then people are just pissed off all the fucking time. Or just ignoring shit. And we are. I might not post this. Probably not, because it's an hour. I might. Just because it's being recorded, it's an hour. And no, God wouldn't let me sleep. So. Outsider looking in sees it as a bunch of ranting and raving. But you can't say it doesn't make sense. It makes sense. And again, you do whatever the fuck you want to do. I can't tell you one way or another. I can give you a suggestion of what I feel would be beneficial for the species, but that's just my perception. And I will continue following what I have in my heart and what I know in my soul. Because if I don't, who will? That's the mentality I have. If I don't, who will? It's the shit no one's talking about. I talk about the shit no one's talking about. Just protect your peace, worry about your life, do you. And we are literally adding no value to the world. It's just staying the same. And you know, no matter how much we tell people to protect your peace, there is no protecting your peace. You gotta know when the fuck to walk away when something is a lost cause because it's absolutely not going anywhere. But I mean, it Jelly Roll said it best. Even if the good outweighed it by 1,000,000 to 1, they're still gonna hate you for that single fucking thing you done. Anybody. No, my phone's dying. So, hour 10. Yeah, no. I'm just gonna get the fuck out of here. And probably just dissect this video and try to make it a little more appealing. Like I give a fuck. Honestly, I really don't care about a lot of things. But I've learned the tactic of giving a dog a bone. Alright? That is a very simple way of figuring out who's truly for you and who's not. Because someone who's not is going to take that bone and run. And someone who is going to stare at that bone and look at you and be like, what do you want me to do with that? I mean, we are so quick to point the finger and say someone's the fucking problem. And we don't even know how. Or we just make an assumption because apparently we know everything. You know what you're doing when you make an assumption? You're forming a theory. It's just a theory. That's what an assumption is. You don't have all the facts. You're piecing shit together. I mean, if you get all the damn facts, that would be, going into kind of testing the theory, right? I have been missing every opportunity to go back inside. It's been stopping and then starting. It is what it is. Again, I mean, I'll post this video because I don't have anything to fucking hide, and I don't fucking care. But I will be kind of, studying it a little more myself so I can actually try and break it down and make it make more fucking sense, because I'm sure it does not. Too tired to be doing this shit right now. But I think I got it's long enough. So when I say I love all my friends, I mean all my virtual friends, thanks. And I love you.